Hi again, welcome back. In this video we extend our technique for completing the square to two special cases. First, where the coefficient of x is an odd number, and second, where the quadratic is a non-monic. Neither case has any specific difficulty associated with it. We just need to know what to do in both cases. We will begin by reviewing the technique of completing the square from the previous video. For example, if we're going to solve the equation x squared plus 8x minus 9 equals 0, open the brackets, copy the x, copy the sign, halve the 8 to give us a 4, end brackets and square them, subtract the square of 4, which is 16, and then revert to our original equation where we have a minus 9, so copy that one down. Combining the numbers and making it equal to 0 for the equation, we have x plus 4 all squared minus 25 equals 0. Add 25 to both sides, we have x plus 4 all squared equals 25. Take the square root, x plus 4 equals plus or minus 5. Always remember the plus or minus when you take a square root. So therefore subtract 4 from both sides and we have x equals minus 4 plus or minus 5, which gives us the solutions of minus 9 or plus 1. So we come to our two minor complications, the first being that the coefficient of x is an odd number, so it doesn't divide evenly by 2. So for example, we have the equation x squared minus 5x minus 2 equals 0. As with my techniques that I'm giving you across the videos, we do nothing different. In the fourth step, we just divide 5 by 2 and write 5 over 2. Eminently sensible. So we open our brackets, rewrite the x, copy the sign, the minus, divide 5 by 2, so it's minus 5 over 2, end brackets, square, then take off the square of your fraction and don't try to do anything with it, just go 5 squared, which is 25, over 2 squared, which is 4, so it's minus 25 over 4, and then copy the number from your original question, which is minus 2. Tidy that up and you get minus 33 over 4. Now we're going to solve the equation, so we write x minus 5 over 2 all squared minus 33 over 4 equals 0. Add the fraction to both sides, we have x minus 5 over 2 all squared equals 33 over 4. Take the square root, x minus 5 over 2 equals plus or minus square root of 33 is root 33. The square root of 4 is 2, as it always will be in these cases. So add the 5 over 2 to both sides and we have x equals 5 over 2 plus or minus root 33 over 2. If you want to leave it like that, fine. Probably it's a little bit nicer if we simply wrote as a quotient 5 plus or minus root 33 over 2. The second case is where we have a quadratic expression or equation which is a non-monic, that is, there is a number in front of the x squared term. So an example to use to discuss it is to solve the equation 2x squared plus 7x minus 1 equals 0. It's just no big deal. Just factorise out the number in the front of the x squared, which in this case is a 2, from all three terms and proceed as usual. So we divide through, taking out the 2, and so we put 2 outside the brackets, bracket x squared plus 7 over 2x minus 1 over 2, end brackets. Now we complete the square on the things that are inside those brackets. So we're going to maintain those outside brackets for a while. So 2 bracket and then open a new set of brackets, copy the x, copy the sign, divide 7 over 2 by 2, which just makes it 7 over 4, end brackets, square, take off the number we just created, which is 7 squared, 49, over 4 squared, which is 16, and then copy this number from our brackets, in this case the minus a half. So tidying up, minus 49 over 16 minus a half gives us minus 57 over 16. Old people do it in their head, young people do it just as quickly on the calculator, depends on what age you are. And then we put that equal to 0. We then ignore the 2 out the front because we're not interested in that any longer. A bracket x plus 7 over 4 all squared equals 57 over 16. Take the square root of both sides. X plus 7 over 4 equals, don't forget, plus or minus root 57 over 4. And x is equal to minus 7 plus or minus root 57 all over 4. So to summarise our discussion, you should make a little note in your revision notes about the technique that we've talked about here. Now, first, if we have an odd number in front of the term in x, we do nothing different. So if we have 5x, then we write the number in front of the x, the 5, over 2 in the new brackets that we're opening. After the brackets are squared, we take off the term which is formed by dividing the square of the number in the numerator, that is 5 squared, by the square of the 2 in the denominator, 2 squared, which is 4. So we're going to take off the 25 over 4. Really, that's the only thing that's different, and so we proceed as normal after that. Second, if the expression is a non-monic, then just factorise out the number in front of the x squared by dividing every term in the original equation or expression by that number. Then we proceed as usual. And there's just one more thing that we need to be able to remember in terms of completing the square, and that is enjoy it. You should now have the techniques to be able to complete the square in any of the contexts that you're going to come up against. Hope I have helped you to clarify these techniques. Thanks for watching the video. There is no more on completing the square that you need, but there are some more topics in Algebra that you can access via the website, and you could also do some more questions in the tests that are also on the website. Before you go back to the website on drjsmaths.com, hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already done so, and then just click the back arrow and you'll be fine. Add a comment or send me an email if you've got any questions. Good luck with your algebra. See you soon.